There's a moment every man has faced. You're sitting across from her, maybe in a cafe, maybe in a classroom, maybe just in the quiet hum of an ordinary conversation, and something in you wonders, does she feel it too? Or am I just imagining it? It's one of the most ancient questions in human history, not asked out loud, but felt in the silence, because attraction rarely speaks in words. It whispers through tiny signals, subtle movements, and micro behaviors most people never notice. You see, when it comes to desire, the human body is incapable of lying. The conscious mind can put on a mask. She can say, "I'm not interested," with her words. She can keep her tone polite and neutral. But her body always tells the truth. And once you learn how to read those truths, you will never see conversations the same way again. So let me take you into a hidden world. A world of invisible cues, where attraction lives in the flicker of an eye, the shift of a hand, the way her body betrays what her mind won't say. But before we dive in, remember this. These signals are not about manipulation. They're not about playing games. They are about understanding. They are about finally seeing what has always been there, the unspoken language of desire. So, let's begin.
1. The eye that lingers. The eyes are the most honest storytellers of attraction. Imagine you're talking to her, telling a story. She looks at you, but then, just for a second longer than usual, her gaze stays. It's not a stare. It's not obvious. It's a microsecond of hesitation before looking away. That pause, that's attraction. In psychology, this is known as prolonged gaze duration. The average glance lasts around 3 seconds, but when desire enters, it stretches. That one extra beat, that tiny lingering, it's her body saying, "I want more of you." Now, here's the secret most men miss. The power is not just in the looking, it's in the looking away. If she glances at you, then quickly breaks eye contact with a slight smile, it's not disinterest. It's actually a protective reflex, her way of hiding the attraction she just revealed. 2. The hidden smile. You've seen it before, the smile that arrives too late. She laughs at your joke, but then, just a moment after, a second smile appears. Smaller, softer, almost as if it escaped without permission. This is the hidden smile of attraction. Unlike polite or social smiles, which are quick and symmetrical, attraction smiles are delayed and often come with micro expressions. Biting her lip, pressing her mouth closed, or glancing down. Her body is leaking the truth. She likes this moment more than she wants to admit. 3. The tilt toward you. When someone is drawn to you, their body betrays it by leaning in. Even when words are casual, the body closes distance. A shoulder tilts closer, her knees angle your way, her torso aligns as if magnetized. It's subtle. You might not even notice it if you're too focused on what you're saying. But attraction is not in the grand gestures, it's in these tiny alignments, the way her body keeps finding you like gravity. The mirroring effect. Here's one of the most powerful invisible signals: mirroring. Without realizing it, when she's attracted to you, her body will begin to copy yours. You lean back, she leans back. You touch your face, seconds later, she does the same. You take a sip of water, she lifts her glass too. It's the subconscious saying, "We are in sync. I want to match you." Psychologists call this nonverbal synchrony. Lovers, best friends, even parents and children share it when deep bonds form. If she mirrors you, she's not just present, she's connected. 5. The self-touch signal. This one is perhaps the most fascinating. When desire awakens, the nervous system triggers self-soothing gestures. You'll notice her brushing her hair behind her ear more often, touching her lips, or lightly tracing her own collarbone. Sometimes she adjusts her jewelry or plays with her necklace. It's not vanity, it's not nervous habit. It's attraction leaking through her fingertips. Self-touch is the body's way of discharging the energy that desire creates. She's calming herself while at the same time drawing your eyes toward her movements. And here's the secret. The more subtle it is, the more honest it is. Because remember, attraction is not performed, it's revealed. At this point, you may be realizing something. Maybe you're replaying old memories in your mind, remembering that time she leaned in just a little closer than she needed to, or that glance she tried to hide but couldn't, or that nervous laugh that seemed to hold more than just amusement. That's because once you learn the micro behaviors of attraction, the past suddenly becomes clear. You see what you missed. And from this moment forward, you will start noticing them everywhere, in the way she plays with her hands, the way her eyes soften, the way her body angles. But this is only the beginning. 6, the feet that point the truth. If the eyes are the storytellers of attraction, the feet are its compass. When a woman is drawn to you, her feet unconsciously orient in your direction. She may be in a crowded room, sitting among friends, even facing away. But notice her feet. They'll angle toward you as if her body is magnetized. Why? Because feet are the least self-conscious part of body language. People control their face, their hands, even their voice, but their feet, they forget, which means the feet often reveal the truth the rest of the body tries to hide. So, if you see her legs crossed toward you, her toes pointed your way, or even her entire stance tilted in your direction, pay attention. It's not random, it's alignment. 7, the voice shift of desire attraction doesn't just change the body, it changes the voice. When a woman is interested, her tone softens. She may speak just a little slower, her words drawn out, her pitch slightly higher. It's subtle, but you'll feel it. Psychologists call this paralanguage, the unspoken elements of communication: pitch, rhythm, volume. And here's what's fascinating. Research shows that when attraction heightens, women's voices unconsciously become more melodic, more musical. You might notice her laugh lasts longer. She lingers on your name. She uses more playful intonation, even when the conversation itself is ordinary. It's not the words that matter. It's the way they sound when she says them. 8, the freeze response. Here's one almost no one talks about, and yet it's one of the strongest signals of attraction. We usually expect desire to be all about movement, leaning in, smiling, touching, but sometimes desire creates stillness. Picture this. She's laughing, talking, moving freely, and suddenly, in a moment of closeness, she freezes. Her body becomes still, her breath pauses, her eyes hesitate. This is the freeze response. Why? Because attraction activates the nervous system. Sometimes when the feelings surge too strongly, the body almost short circuits. She doesn't lean back, she doesn't run away. She pauses, caught in the electricity of the moment. It's her body saying, "This matters." The accidental touches that aren't accidents. You felt it before, the brush of her shoulder against yours, the playful tap, the moment she passes by and her hand grazes your arm. And you wonder, was that on purpose or just coincidence? Here's the truth. When it happens once, maybe coincidence. Twice, perhaps still chance. But when it happens more than once, when her touches are subtle, lingering, repeated, it is no accident. Touch is the oldest language of desire. It bypasses words, bypasses reason. A woman who is drawn to you will create micro opportunities for contact. Maybe she'll hand you something when she could have just placed it down. Maybe she'll squeeze your arm when she laughs. Maybe she'll accidentally brush against you in passing. Each one is her body's way of closing the gap. 10. The fidget factor. Desire doesn't make people calm. It makes them restless. If you notice her playing with her necklace, twisting her ring, brushing her hair repeatedly, or tapping her fingers lightly, it's not boredom, it's energy. Attraction creates tension. That nervous energy escapes through fidgeting. And here's the difference. Fidgeting out of boredom is careless and detached. Fidgeting out of attraction is delicate, self-focused, and paired with attention on you. So watch her hands. They reveal the storm inside. 11. The barrier drop. This one is subtle but profound. When a woman isn't interested, she places barriers between you and her. A purse, crossed arms, even a coffee cup held defensively. But when desire grows, those barriers slowly disappear. The purse shifts to the side. Her arms unfold. The cup is set down. Her body opens. This unconscious removal of barriers is the body preparing for connection. It's a silent invitation, a quiet, wordless yes. 12. The laugh that lasts too long. Finally, let's talk about laughter. Attraction amplifies humor. Even an ordinary comment can become funny when she's drawn to you. But the real signal isn't in the laughter itself, it's in how long it lingers. If she laughs, then keep smiling long after, even when the moment has passed. That's desire. Her brain is stretching the joy, holding on to the spark. It's not about your joke, it's about you. Now, as you begin noticing these micro behaviors, something shifts inside you. You start seeing the truth beneath the surface. Suddenly, conversations are no longer a guessing game. The signals reveal themselves. The eyes that linger, the feet that point, the touches that repeat, the stillness that betrays electricity. And the beauty is this: once you understand these signals, you realize attraction isn't about grand confessions or dramatic gestures. It's about these invisible threads weaving between two people, pulling them closer before either of them dares to admit it. 13. The lips that betray. The mouth is one of the strongest indicators of attraction. You may notice her biting her lip lightly when you speak, pressing her lips together, or even moistening them unconsciously. These are not rehearsed movements. They are primal signals, ways of drawing attention to one of the most intimate parts of the body. Psychologists have long studied this. Lip biting or licking is a displacement behavior triggered by nervous excitement. In other words, when desire builds, the body finds release in the smallest of gestures. Sometimes the sign is even subtler: a smile that hovers, lips that part slightly as you speak, or a hidden grin she tries to suppress. All of them point to the same truth: you're in her thoughts in ways she doesn't want to admit out loud. 14. The breath that shifts. Breathing is automatic, which means when it changes, it's never by accident. Pay close attention. When attraction rises, her breath will grow shallower, lighter, sometimes even shaky. You may notice her chest rising faster, or a sudden pause in her rhythm when you come close. Why? Because desire activates the sympathetic nervous system. Heart rate increases, breath follows. Here's the secret: if she suddenly sighs in your presence, a long, unconscious exhale, it's often her body releasing tension built from the chemistry between you. It's not boredom, it's relief. A release of what she's been holding inside. 15. The flicker of micro-expressions. The face is a canvas of hidden emotions, but the most revealing are the ones that last less than a second. These are called micro-expressions, flashes of emotion so quick that they vanish almost before they appear. And when it comes to attraction, they are gold. Watch for the micro-smile that flickers before she composes herself, the sudden widening of eyes when you enter the room, the slight raising of her eyebrows as if in surprise, even when she tries to stay neutral. You can't fake these. You can't control them. They are pure truth, slipping past her defenses for just an instant. And if you catch them, you'll know more than her words could ever tell you. 16. The head tilt of connection. This one is subtle, but deeply meaningful. When she tilts her head slightly while listening to you, it signals openness, vulnerability, a subconscious display of trust, because the head tilt exposes the neck, one of the most delicate areas of the body. But here's where it gets fascinating. Studies show that people tilt their head toward those they find attractive. It's an invitation, a nonverbal whisper saying, "I want to hear more. I want to know you deeper." 17. The synchrony of breathing and movement beyond individual signals. There's something even more profound. Synchrony. When two people are drawn to each other, their bodies begin to move in rhythm. Their breaths align. Their gestures mirror without them realizing it. Their pauses in speech match perfectly. This is not coincidence, it's biology. Humans are wired to synchronize with those they feel closest to. Lovers walking together often match pace without noticing. Two people laughing in sync feel the bond strengthen instantly. So if you find her rhythm matching yours, her laugh rising when yours does, her posture echoing your own, you're not just imagining the connection. It's her body syncing with yours in perfect harmony. 18. The playful tease. Playfulness is attraction in disguise. She may lightly tease you, challenge your words, give you that mischievous grin as if daring you to respond. This isn't antagonism, it's chemistry. It's her way of creating tension, of building a spark through playful friction. Think of it as the dance of desire, a push, a pull, a moment of challenge followed by laughter. It's how attraction keeps itself alive, not through constant agreement, but through tiny sparks of contrast. 19. The blink rate shift. Another overlooked sign lies in the eyes, not in where they look, but in how often they blink. When interest rises, blink rate increases. Her eyes flutter just a little more quickly, her gaze darting back then returning again. It's the nervous system reacting to heightened emotional states. This is subtle, but powerful, because it means her brain is alert, stimulated, caught in the heightened energy of being around you. 20. The voice. Whisper. Finally, notice when her voice lowers. When desire deepens, women often speak more softly, leaning in as though the words are meant only for you. This creates intimacy, shrinking the space between you without moving closer. It's not the loud laughter or the playful teasing, but the quiet moments, when she speaks softer, slower, almost in secret. That's when attraction has moved beyond surface and into depth. By now, you may see the pattern. Attraction is not about grand gestures or bold declarations. It lives in these fleeting signals, the lips that betray, the breath that shifts, the micro expressions that slip through. The beauty of this knowledge is not about catching someone or decoding them like a puzzle. It's about awareness, about seeing the truth of connection, respecting it, and responding with presence instead of guessing. Because the truth is, once you know these signs, you stop chasing. You stop overthinking. You start recognizing when the energy is real and when it's not. And if this journey opened your eyes, if you felt those moments before but never understood them until now, then make sure you subscribe to Psychology of Desire. Here we will continue to uncover the forbidden truths, the unspoken languages, the hidden rhythms of human connection. Because attraction is not a mystery once you learn the codes. And once you do, you'll never see love, connection, or desire the same way again.